Hey guys, welcome back. Got some parts in for the Grom. Got some crankcase savers in. Been waiting on these for a little while to come in. Fairly simple installation. Gonna need a 5mm Allen wrench and a 6mm Allen wrench and an 8mm socket. Shouldn't take very long. Now with that, let's go ahead and get started. All right, first things first, we're gonna start right here on the passenger side of the bike. We got these two 8mm bolts we gotta take off. Fairly simple thing to do. I think the longest thing it is just waiting on these parts to get in here. Alright. Now the funny part about waiting on these parts is they come in and they're piece by piece, completely disassembled with absolutely no instructions, so you got to kind of guess where everything's going on these things, which was kind of entertaining. Trying to figure it out, but wasn't too bad. So with on the inside right there, that's your I think that's the 8mm. I'm sorry, your 6mm Allen wrench. So you're gonna take that and tighten that up. Make sure that's nice and tight right there. And then on this piece right here, as you guys can see, you gotta take and attach this to the back right here. When you get your parts in, you'll notice that there is one longer bar than the other, and the longer side goes on the right side of the bike. Now give that a little snug, just like that. All ready to go in. Oop. Grab my spacer. Like the wife is going to pick the baby up from church. Wires there. I got one tight, fairly tight. We'll come back and cinch it down. Now right here, see we got this bracket. We want to make sure that we got a nice spot where that wire's not touching anything and rubbing when we're going down the road. So we'll kind of move it up away from that piece before we tighten it down. Just like that. See, it's not touching. Alright, give them a little cinch. Call that one ugga-dugga because it's aluminum, right? All right, now we're gonna go on to the next side. All right, on to the left side of the bike now, as you'll notice. And he's got her bell. She took that off her old bike and put it on the new one, as she should. She's been riding now since she was little bitty. That's why she's 10 years old riding a Grom. So, kudos to her. Crack off these 8mm bolts. Nice and easy. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing together real quick. So when we get these off, we can toss them back on real fast so nothing moves on us. And these are 6mm. Give it a quick ugga-dugga. There we go. So notice comes the spacer. This one will go down here. Pretty sure. Yep. You know, I get asked a lot why I decided to start doing this, and you know, my answer is pretty simple. I have a lot of time around a lot of people that have shown me a lot of things growing up, and I want to share some of those shortcuts once I get around to doing some of the cooler projects I like to do. Not only that, as I want something for my children to remember me by. It's not about the followers or the likes or anything like that. You know, I can think of a handful of things I have to remember my father by. My children will have videos to watch Dad and what he did and what he enjoyed doing on his spare time. I think that's pretty neat myself, you know, because we didn't have that opportunity growing up. Everybody had these big old bulky cameras they were holding. And I don't know about you, but I couldn't see Grandpa or Dad out there in the garage setting one of these things and trying to record themselves. So, that's my answer. Short and sweet. Alright, let's give her the old ugga-duggas. And that's going to be that. That'll keep her from breaking the sides of these cases off if they ever has to go down. Hopefully she doesn't ever have to use them. Alright guys, hopefully you like the installation of that. Hey, it's all about comfort of the rider and making things work a little bit better. So if you like what I did, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.
I'm all kinds